Real life sewist workshop tip. Sometimes people ask me about sergers. Are they worth it? And I just say, if you can afford a serger, you should get a serger. I appreciate my serger, and I did have a serger that I just wanted to throw out the window. So my advice is purchase the best serger that you can reasonably afford, because there are certain features that become just a godsend. And if you want your sewing to be pleasurable in the first place, maybe invest in something that's not going to give you any tears and headaches. This is just literally a muslin of the Gertie popover dresses. So I'm making a nightgown first as a muslin. So if it doesn't come out so great, it's just going to be a nightgown. It's no problem. But this is an example of I've serged the edges of this. So once I stitch the garment up, it's going to be really nice looking. And this is literally just bed sheets, you guys, that I'm making as my muslin for the dress that I'll later make in nice fabric. But as an example, the dress I'm wearing right now, if I show you the insides, there's my seam. And it's really beautiful. And in this case, you know, I chose colors that matched and complemented the very interesting color scheme here. And in this case, I chose 4 different colors that all ended nicely with this plain green. So it's actually not all the same color, but you wouldn't really know it from looking at it. That's just one of the things I love about serging, is you can get kind of fun and creative with the choice of threads to complement what it is you're creating, whether it's something that's really just on the inside or it can be on the outside too. Nothing like a cup of coffee to start a little video. Normally I would never have this near my machines, but you know. Anyway, I am about to change the threads on my serger for a project. I just wanted to talk about how easy it is to change the threads, especially if you have a machine that doesn't drive you crazy. My very first serger was something I thought I paid a lot of money for. It gave me nothing but heartache and problems. I wound up dreading having to rethread it, so all of my serged items wound up having the same color thread. There's so much more you can do. This is a very basic example of what you can do when the serger works for you and not against you. So I'm spending the summer going through this book, Gertie Sews Jiffy Dresses. I made my first mock-up, my sample garment, yesterday out of thrifted bed sheets. This is like a mint green, and I had a nightgown to wear last night. She says you could alter it a certain way to turn it into a nightgown, and I thought, that's great. I'll do 2 things at once. I'll make a sample garment, and if it's wearable, I can wear it to bed, which I did. I had a couple of shades of this type of thread. I had 4 complementary shades, so this is just one that I'm showing. I've already taken them off the serger, because now that I'm happy with how that nightgown came out, I'm going to make the actual dress out of some fun strawberry fabric. So I've changed the threads over. I've cut the old threads up at the top, and I've changed the threads to 2 white, a green, and a red, because I thought that would be nice for the strawberries. I could do everything white, but I don't have 4 white threads, so this is what I'm doing. The serged parts are really going to just be on the inside. It's more to make the garment look professional. So here we go. I'm ready to start the timer. This is not a tutorial on how to do it, because every serger might be different. But I've engaged it, and I'm just going to see. How long does it take me to casually go through? Okay, my upper and lower loopers are done. Bare threading is a lifesaver. If you can get a machine, Baby Lock used to have a proprietary patent or something like that, but I'm not sure if other companies do it. But something that is automatic is worth every penny. I really kid you not. Save up whatever you need to do. Okay, I'm off to doing the needles. All right, I'm done, and that's it. That's how easy it was. And I've really got to clean my machine. I think I could have shaved 30 seconds to a minute if my machine wasn't so dirty, so that's on me. I couldn't be more happy with this setup. I would never buy any of these machines without having to try them out, and maybe having someone teach you how to thread it, and you do it first, because if it's difficult for you to do, sewing will not be enjoyable, and sewing should be enjoyable. Let's get started. This is a test. So that was a test to see what this looks like. Beautifully serged. If I had another red, I'd probably put red in and not green, but I don't care. Beautiful. So the inside of my garment is going to look nice and clean and professional. Another reason I use a couple of different types of thread can be fashionable. But another thing is, if you're testing stitches, these stitches have no problem, so we're fine. But you can see I have white in the two bottom loopers, so you can see white thread, and then in my needles I have green and red, so they don't really show on the back side that much, but the green and red are here. If you are having trouble with your serger, it's very helpful to have different shades. Even if they're really close, you can troubleshoot which part of the serger needs to be identified or modified, which is your stitch length or whatever. Happy sewing!